No, I support Israel because no country in the history of the world faced with comparable threats has ever had a higher standard of human rights, a higher concern for the rights of civilians, a higher attitude, a better attitude toward gay rights, for example, toward equality for women, toward environmental rights. Every country needs improvement. I'm a member of the ACLU. I fight against discrimination in this country. I fight against the imperfections of this country. Israel's an imperfect democracy. But compared to the Palestinian Authority and Hamas, compared to any of the Arab countries around them, but Israel is a democracy, and it's an imperfect democracy, and it has more organizations and more criticism of Israel by Israelis. Leave it alone.
You don't think democracy should be held to higher standards?
I think democracy should not be forced by other democracies when they have internal mechanisms for change. That is, we should be tough with countries that have no right of dissent. We should be tough with China on Tibet. We should be tough with Russia on Chechnya. We should be tough on countries that there is no ability to have dissent. In Israel, they have mechanisms for improvement. They have the most activist Supreme Court. It doesn't need external pressure. It has all the internal pressure it needs to make peace. All it needs is a peace partner.
But you put pressure on Israel when you feel like it. You've been critical, very critical of Israel.
I put pressure on the United States. I put pressure on Great Britain. But I wouldn't describe it.
So what's the harm of the U.S. putting pressure upon the settlements?
That's not the point. You want to know who Israel should put pressure on and be tough with, and that is Hamas, Hezbollah, the Palestinian Authority. As soon as there is a partner for peace, there will be peace. When the Palestinian leadership want their own state, more than they want to see the end of the Jewish state, there will be a two-state solution. It's as simple as that.
You've also been critical. You mentioned in your book the case for Israel, that the Israeli state to some extent discriminates against Arabs.
And it's changing. There was a commission with a justice of the Supreme Court. This was all internal. Nothing about the United States being tough.
But the report issued by the State Department in February this year talks about institutional, legal and societal discrimination against Arabs, non-Orthodox Jews and other religious groups, says it's continued.
And
this is your own government criticizing Israel.
And I join that criticism. As a non-Orthodox Jew, I feel very much discriminated against. That issue is pending.
Worth putting pressure on them over that?
By Israelis. The Arabs in Israel are treated better than Arabs anywhere in the world, but it must improve. It must get better. There are all kinds of groups within Israel pushing for that improvement. They don't need the United States to single out Israel to get tough. Remember, that's what this resolution is. Should we be tough on Israel at a time when we're having dialogue with Iran, with Syria, and with Hamas? That would send absolutely, the wrong message.
Okay, Alan Dershowitz, thank you very much indeed.
Sorry.